What's happening? This is a mistake that sounds really good, that we all do, not on purpose, but it's extremely common when we speed up not to keep that little distance of a 1/16th of a sextuplet between the accent and the other notes. But in reality, we are starting to play quintuplet. Sexy. We like triplets, but quintuplets are even better. Okay, it's not politically correct to compare the subdivisions. I know, nowadays, somebody will be offended. So pretend I didn't say anything.
Recording in progress.
But then I needed a sound effect. Okay. Have you ever played quintuplets? Let me diverge a little moment, or divert, I don't know the word. Divert. Thy word would be all the English, no? 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, beautiful drummers. Oh, I see a Berlin Drum Experience tattoo over there. Hello, Miguel. Hello, Merlino. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Oh, hello, Stella. Welcome. Double Marco. Never enough. How they say over here?
Yippee, not Yippee. Black and white today.
No, today I'm already happy. Let me disappear and let's get started for another beautiful edition of the PPRitual. Today getting a little polyrhythmic, so get ready for rhythmical madness as usual.
Welcome to the laboratory of rhythm, Berlin Drum Experience, where ears become eyes and rhythm becomes language. Practice pad routine. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Listen, count it, write it down. If you hear the rhythm, maybe you can own the sound. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a welcome to the PPR. Welcome to the lab where the rhythm gets dissected. Sound waves hit the brain and the notes get collected. 4 bars on the paper, yeah, the staff gets respected. If the groove is a puzzle, then the mind gets connected. Kicking the silence, snare like lightning. Hi-hat whispers, but the rhythm keeps biting. Count it slow, let the pattern unfold. From the ears to the pencil, turn the sound into gold. This ain't guessing, this is rhythm precision. Every subdivision is a micro decision. Quarter note, 8th note, 16th attack. If you miss one key, I'll take it back to the track. Or listen, count it, write it down. If you hear the rhythm, you couldn't own the sound. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a welcome to the PPR. Rhythm laboratory, drummers chasing time like a ripping allegory. From silence to groove, from chaos to order, the ear becomes stronger. Every bar getting sharper. Dictation, meditation, make the translation, turning sound vibration into notation. Dots and rests, beams aligned. Every pulse calibrated by the drummer's mind. This is training for the rhythm detectives. Listening deeper is the real perspective. Hear the ghost, hear the space, hear the silence in the groove of the place. Subdivision detected. Quarter note pulse stable. 16th grid activated. Listening mode engaged. Some hear noise, but the drummer hears structure. Hidden little patterns in the written architecture. 4 bars loop, mind stays locked. If the groove starts moving, let the pencil talk. Every rest is power, every note is intention. Rhythm is a language and the ear is the engine. From the practice pad ritual to the cosmic groove. At BDE, we train how drummers move. Listen, count it, write it down. If you hear the rhythm, you can own the sound. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a practice pad routine. Rhythmic transcriptions. Berlin drum is 50th. Drum on. PPR.
Some odd time signatures, just for fun. Countdown. Drum roll. All right. Welcome, beautiful creatures. Some triplets in this track in this moment that we've been using a few times during the ritual. I can put it louder. Can you hear it? Try to put the accents, eh? Triplets of the first kind. We cannot see you, Mattia. It's a bit spooky.
I know.
On the other side, we cannot see all the millions, but what do I say, billions of followers on the interweb. We are not streaming live, but we are streaming live at Berlin Drum Experience with these beautiful creatures, and we can put the track down. Nice. Now, of course, as you know, drummers are very creative with names. So we have 3 kinds of triplets. Triplets of the first kind, second kind, and third kind, depending on the position of the accent, right? So the most common, of course, what we were doing now, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And if you are moving around the drum set, even here, if I were to put my ghost notes louder, it would still groove. If you do it on one surface or on a hi-hat or on a snare drum, you need to really be careful with the motion of down, up, tap, 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 which we mentioned in previous episodes. It's also the same motion we have for the paradiddle. Paradiddle, first kind, right, left, right, down, up, tap, and an extra tap. And then again, down, up, tap, tap. For sure, we could wait a bit longer if we play slow and go down, tap. When I do the right, slowly prepare myself. Absolutely. We're thinking about a motion that we need for the very up-tempo situations. Unfortunately, in a way, we cannot practice these things in fast BPMs. So we need to practice in this very uncomfortable, unnatural situation when these motions feel like complete nonsense, right? But that's how we acquire the muscle memory, the strong image in our mind. Down, up, tap, tap. We go up fast on the second note of the paradiddle. This way, actually, there is no doubt there is the other hand that needs to play the double, right? It's also helpful for what's coming next. But the paradiddle is also in the logo of BDE, so that should be the rudiment that you master the most, out of respect. Triplets of the second kind and third kind in loop have the same motion. They just start in a different position. So if I do a triplet of the second kind, which is the most difficult because we accentuate the ends, right, Mattia? Today at the lesson we talked about the ends of the triplet. Such a difficult position, no? Very less groovy and less round as the downbeat and the A. So we would be with the left up, the one I have in traditional grip at the moment, right? And we would have to accentuate the second note, 1 and A. And now I'm in the opposite position, no? 2 and A. 3 and A. 4 and A. 1 and A. 2 and A. 3, 4, 1, 2. Careful, Stella, not to go outside with the motion. Stay in front of you in this beautiful triangle, almost like if we were to swim. Now, I'm no professional swimmer, so I hope they actually think this way. That's a good suggestion. But it's very important when we practice these things that we count only the numbers at the end of the day, right? Because we want to perceive how this perception of time goes on top of this new motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I don't see the mouse bit moving over there. Cheating. Don't let me count. You count. Mattia even has the video off, so it's... But it's for sure counting.
My camera, it's, I don't know, it's not
It's
working.
all right, it's all right. I trust that you're doing correctly, Mattia.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Nice. So, and of course we have the third kind. Now this wasn't easy, no? As if you tried, it's not the easiest. So then we have 1, I already go up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So triplet of the first kind starting right is in this position. You need to think in images. Triplet of the second kind still starting right is in this position. Triplet of the third kind still starting right is in this position. Right? And everything changes if you associate the sound to the image of your motion. If your motion is correct, the sound will be just as well. For the same reason, if your sound is wrong, you're moving wrong, as long as you understand what you're doing, of course. That's the first layer. It's like, I know what I'm trying to do. It doesn't sound like what I want. My expectation is not found into the sound. Then I need to go back to the drawing board and analyze the full down tap up motion. What is also to be observed as a reference point is that both the triplet of the first and the third kind start with the right and have an accent on the right side. When they start with the left, they have an accent on the left. If you think about it, no? One and da is starting right and has an accent on the right. Two and da start with the left, accent on the left. If I do the third kind, nummer drei, same thing. I start different position, but I start with my right, one and and accentuate with the same side of my body. If I start with the left, left, right, left, same thing. What's also strange about the second kind, on top of the weird sound, is just after your time perception, is that the accent is with the opposite of the starting hand. So if I start with my right hand, one and is an accent with the left. If I start with the left, two and, for example, two and will be an accent with the right. Right? Take a moment to, on your choice, try some of these kinds of triplets and even try to connect them one after the other after a certain amount of repetition, because that transition will also cause a different motion. If you can, keep a foot in quarter notes. If you're not counting, that's also a very good alternative, no? Either the right foot or the left foot, or both feet, or alternating feet. Today, I would invite you not only to try right foot on the one and left foot on the two like we usually do, but also starting with the left foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We usually don't do it this way because conventionally we associate the right side of our body for the left-handed or left leading drummers to the strong beat and the left side to the weak beat, what is usually the snare. So we can perceive this little pendulum, 1, 2, 3, 4. But today we're going to actually use also the opposite direction ostinato. So why not already trying, now that you're doing these beautiful triplets, to start with the hi-hat on beat 1, which causes a lot of problems because, of course, now I'm going to have even more cross coordinations. If you think about your motion, if I do a triplet of the first kind, the easiest, right, left, right, left, and I have a foot pattern that goes right, left, I go on top of the same accentuation I do with my triplets and also revert beat by beat, right to left. But today we would like to try also the opposite. So you start with the hi-hat, 2, 3, 4, and you start still with the right hand. 3, 4 and down, 1 and down, 2. Cross coordination is a bit more difficult, right? You have these X's in your brain. It's not impossible, we are doing it. Especially you when you're muted, fantastic. See, now we have high pitch and low pitch reverted to how we would have usually. Can you hear the sound of the drum beam of this new beautiful little thing? Yeah? Missed it. Let me teleport to this view. Your right hand is still in charge, it's the feet that are reversed, no? Slower. For example, let's put some rolls. We're gonna double the ghost notes. Gonna play some 5-stroke rolls. Doubles, eh? Just to be clear in case there is confusion. Right, left, left, right, right is the first part. And then we revert. Left, right, right, left, left. Conventionally, a drum roll starts with the doubles and ends with a single stroke, which is also what we get when we go into the loop. But the starting point in this specific case is an accent. So we have 1 and A. We are playing 16-note sextuplets, subdivision in there with these double strokes, but we don't count these notes. We still count only the 8th-note triplets, the first level subdivision. 1 and A, 2 and A, 3 and A. You see that I'm playing more notes that I vocalize. Very important if you want to go faster, to simplify your thinking. The double strokes are created by the skeleton, in this case of the triplet of the first kind, and then I double the amount of notes without doubling the amount of thinking that I do. What becomes strange in this case of today is this reversion, which I will contextualize in a moment. But even if there was no contextualization, it would be a good exercise. Right, so let's start together. 1 and A is the hi-hat. Let me close it a bit more. Also, we have a new hi-hat, 12 inches, a bit less annoying than what we had in previous lessons. 1 and 2. You don't see it because I cropped it out of the image for now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Weird, no? With the bass drum foot, which is on the weak beat, as we do often, for example, in reggae music. Let's start with the triplets first kind. Let's say 1 bar only fit, 1 bar we put the triplets first kind, and then we start doubling the ghost notes. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and chord coordination. And now we go 3 and 4, count, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and breathe. Sometimes it helps. You can also count in 2, right? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 and taki te taki te taki te taki te taki. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Stop showing up, Marco. Come on. Now, one mistake we often do in these cases, when we go faster, you will do it in the future, is that we even out the note. So instead of this, which is correct, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, we get. Can you hear what's happening? This is a mistake that sounds really good that we all do, not on purpose, but it's extremely common when we speed up not to keep that little distance of a 1/16 of a sextuplet between the accent and the other notes. But in reality, we are starting to play quintuplet. Sexy. We like triplets, but quintuplets are even better. Okay, it's not politically correct to compare the subdivisions. I know, nowadays, somebody will be offended. So pretend I didn't say anything. But then I needed the sound effect. Okay. Have you ever played quintuplets? Let me diverge a little moment, or divert, I don't know the word. Thy word. Thy word would be Old English, no? 2, 3, 4, 5. The way you group it could be 3 plus 2, 2 plus 3, so takite taka, vocalizing it, or taka takite, or even tadingina to. There's many pronunciation of this, but there is not a numbering system for the quintuplets that I know of. Now, I don't claim perfect knowledge, but I've looked hard, like Neil deGrasse Tyson said once. But he said it more like this.
I don't claim perfect knowledge, but I've looked hard.
Okay, enough. Don't leave the sound system to Marco, okay. Welcome to PPR Comedy Edition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, 3, 4, 5, left, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're using 1 single strokes and 4 notes which are doubled. I mean, kinda, you understand the concept. And we stall, conceptually, a very common mistake when drummers speed up and they cannot maintain their relationship between the notes. But then, again, becomes part of a traditional way to play because you don't hear these differences at such up tempo. You can play this in a ternary system at those velocities without feeling any weirdness of quintuplets. Let's do 3 plus 2. So pronouncing it takite taka. So we do have takite is right, left, left. Takite, right? Taka is the last double. Then when we start with the Swiss triplet, left, right, right, which is the takite pronunciation, and then taka. This pronouncing it allows you to know that you are doing it correctly. Takite taka, 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 takite taka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything evenly spaced. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. Accentuate the beginning. We're gonna put this on top of this cross coordination ostinato. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Right, left foot, right foot, and go, and right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left. I wanted to specify also, I'm going up always by habit now on the earliest moment possible, which would be in this case, if I start with the right, I go right, left, left, I start already going up, or on the drums I start to move already wherever I need to go, if I need to go anywhere. If I don't need, I stay here. But honestly, because now we have 5 notes in a beat, we also have more time to move, right? So it's kind of actually the same relationship of the paradiddle, radiddle. I can go there or I can wait for the diddle depending on velocity. So what I said about the amount of notes was complete BS. But what I said about the paradiddle was very correct. And in this case, we are finding ourselves in the same situation, actually. So right, left, left, right, right, is the same amount of distance to the next beat when we go paradiddle, only that there is an extra note in a quintuplet, of course. So instead of right, left, right, right, wow, look at this, we are comparing that to paradiddles as well. It always comes back to a paradiddle. So you can see that form, no? Right, left, right becomes right, left, right, right now in the quintuplet. And then left, right, left, left. Everything evenly spaced. Any association can be helpful to see something in a different form. And also it's just about curiosity. Let's try together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takite taka, takite taka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Accent. Let's go slower. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, go up and right, left, left, go up with the left and left, right, right, go up with the right, with the left foot, and with the right foot. So what I was saying before is that I'm going up here already, but you can wait an extra note. In this case, right, left, left. When I do the right, right, I slowly go up because there's enough time. Right? Makes sense? Any questions? Had you been playing, that's a verb. Have you been playing quintuplets before? Or is that your first time? You're so nice. Also, fundamentally, we want to solidify this inverted ostinato, but it would be, you know, sometimes we lose the concentration if we just go left foot, right foot. We add in some level of entertainment for our brains. Don't forget the accents and accent to go. So the same way that we had with the rolls into the first kind triplet. As a homework, then apply it also to the triplets of the second kind and triplets of the third kind. So you got all these rolls flowing through the bars. continue. We're gonna go back to the school, but try to accelerare, ma che cosa? Accelerate this pattern, keeping the feet going. Marco, disappear because it's your moment to accelerate the pattern without my help. Let's see how you do. All right. Mostly I had forgotten to stop the heaters, so there was a zzzz sound always in the back. I didn't do it from here because if I say an Alexa command, everybody's Alexa will start to bullshit and do stuff. Now, why are we talking about these?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
See? There she goes. Typical. Huh? I don't know how to help you with that. So, we're doing this because there is one thing we really need to practice in order to be able to play the rudimental ritual at whichever point you arrived by today, or will be in the future, with also the Brazilian ostinato. Remember, Alan Dawson, and we are not stealing material, we have the original book. Dear Alan, wherever you are, you can find it at Berlin Drum Experience. Also, maybe time to thank the sponsor of today's lesson, Berlin Drum Experience. You can use the code BDE37 off to have a 37% discount site-wide. All right. He was thinking of the rudimental ritual as a very up-tempo composition. We are at 240, I think, in his execution. The slow version, it's a 160, which of course is not so slow. And as you should know, this is a book published by John Ramsey, one of his famous students that became just an amazing drummer and educator when Alan Dawson passed away. With the permission of the family, published this wonderful book on the topics that Alan Dawson was teaching at Berkeley to all of his students. At first, there wasn't even a writing. Actually, I found a handwritten version that I will send to you, so you can see also a very early rudimentary ritual transcription. But the point is, we need to get to know it by heart, and that's why we are at lesson 11, still on page 1, and we will stay on it until the next lesson. Actually, we're gonna move on to page number 2. But we need to internalize this pattern, and we had Alan Dawson performing it with brushes, not with sticks. Easy with sticks. With brushes, you need to really hit the filaments at the bottom. It's really hard to get the doubles and reach those velocities with precision. On top of that, we had the Brazilian ostinato, which all of you should know, but if you don't know, it goes like this. In 8 notes to quarter notes, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Let me go back to the fifth command. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Left, right, right. Left, right, right. For how to technically perform this ostinato, ask during your next lesson if you're curious, because there's many ways depending on the velocity of this ostinato. And there would be another way to count it in slower songs, which would be 8 notes to 16ths. We would actually count it not in the rudimental ritual, but like this. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a shagalaka, shagalaka, shagalaka. the sound is the same, right? Also, we don't want boom, boom, boom. We want a little heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. Right? A little bit louder when I go to the beat, and this extra note is an in-between note that comes from kind of a revisitation of the jazz ostinato. So let's go back in time. We had a feathered bass drum, as they called it, heel down from here, from the ankle, right? Very soft. It's called the feathered bass drum because we're very poetic in the world of drumming, like the feathers of a bird. The hi-hat was playing with the heel toe technique on 2 and 4. So we already prepare. Now I'm putting my heel up here just to be ready. And then I pre-count and I go 1, 2, ready, go, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, like a nice swing, right? Skipping time. I hear one sound from the hi-hat, but I have 4 motions. I mean 2 motions and 1 sound. In a bar I have 4 motions. So the amount of motion is the same of the right foot, but not the amount of sounds. It's good for timekeeping, right? We can bring this up in volume with the heel up technique. So now we have what we call a 4 on the floor, no? On the right foot. Are you doing it? Yes. Does it work? Keeping the heel toe over here. You can put your arms, your hands on your legs. And then you want to imagine that the unison that we have on 2 now and on 4 gets kicked in the ass and goes to the following 8 notes. So instead of being on 2, we'll be on the end of 2. Instead of being on 4, it will be on the end of 4. And so we have 1, 2 go up here, just slight bounce and repeat 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3. It's nice to see the correlation between the usual quarter note based ostinato and this variation. Because one thing is an ostinato, another thing is learning a musical style which comes from people. It's not on the books. My mother used to work in a nursery school, children 3 to 5. I used to go there often to do some music laboratories. It was funny that in the recent days, a lot of children coming from the city even thought that the eggs were born at the supermarket. You need to come from the countryside. Chickens are interesting creatures. Funny. This is a bit more exciting to even just repeat, of course, than the idea of the ostinato I proposed before. I've been doing it for more than 30 years. I'm not bored. But I'm also not easily bored by things. You need a bit of OCD to be a good drummer. So now, that doesn't mean I'm a good drummer. But I enjoy drumming a lot. Now, you notice what? That this duplet that we have the 2 end and the 4 end, we have it consistently on bit 2 and bit 4. Bit 1 and bit 3 are simple because it's just a quarter note. It's just one note. Now, in the rudimental ritual, there are many, many lines that consist also in triplets, 8-note triplets, first level subdivision triplets, same level subdivision triplets. So what will happen is a polyrhythmic relationship between your hands and your feet. When we speed it up at 160, I also today in the school though, put a little weight in a background when I'm talking. So we need to understand how these hands will relate to the feet. But when we go very, very fast, this is not something that we actually want to take into consideration. That's why Alan Dawson wrote in the beginning of the rudimental ritual, bass drum and hi-hat simul, means there is a little bit of fluctuation. But I would invite you, before I help you with this, to try now. Let me stop this MP3, okay. That's enough. To try to play some triplets, 2 and 3, without the accent or with the accent on the first note, you decide what to do. And to try and put the Brazilian ostinato underneath. Of course, if you never practiced the Brazilian ostinato, that's already very complicated. You can try to put, for example, your right foot in duplets, 1 and 2 and. With Stella, we did a whole lesson on this, on Zoom, a theory and technique lesson, on polyrhythms 3 and 2. So feel free to ask on a theory lesson. But before I explain it to you musically, not theoretically, try to keep either the ostinato or one foot only in consistent eighth note duplets while you try to play triplets with your hands or with just one hand. It's just an experiment on your own before I help you out. If you don't know that relationship, you should not be able to do it, of course. It's supposed to be a little, how to say, well, maybe I can say it with this, a little fucked up, yeah. Just not be flagged. Maybe actually even the track may help you. So for example, if I put it on, let me find the volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is the tempo. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you could have, the ostinato would be like this. But you could also go, for example, no? Duplets. Or. Did I do it already? Doesn't matter. 1 and you try to go triplets, not 3/4, eh? 8 note triplets need to go faster than the duplets. Don't cheat the system. You know to whom I was talking about. Not to Mattia because I cannot see him. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Of course, try first to play only triplets with the hands without the foot. So this is the duplets. I need to play takite, 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 takite. What is interesting to discuss then together in future lessons is that polyrhythmically the experience of your brain, if you have in your head the number 2 and you try to play the 3, is one experience. If you have a 3 dominant and the 2 subordinated, it's a completely different experience because numbers exist in music, but what really counts is your musical perception. And our brains can only think about one thing at the time. You will never be able to experience both rhythms at once, but we can play them. It will be up to you in certain position of the ritual to make the ostinato, which is in duplets, in charge, or the hands in charge. We can talk about it then in specific situation. Let's say now I have these 2 sounds. Can you hear them? I know, Miguel, you need to leave earlier. Thank you so much for participating. You can see the end of the lesson on YouTube.
Sorry, I thought Natasha was connected. That's why I texted her.
No problem. Thank you so much. See you next time and practice.
I will today. Bye.
So, ciao ciao. So we have, let's say, a triplet here. This is the easiest version. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna play a unison. Can you hear the sound? Yes, no? Of this. We have a unison because polyrhythms always start in the same point, develop differently, and resolve also in the same point. And to point, I mean amount of time. So we're gonna cut in half the second note between the second and the third note of the triplet with the left. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Basically, it will be different counting on the subdivision we are doing. But ta, ta, ka, ta, 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 ka, ta. Together, right, left, right. Together. In my case, whatever hand you're doing, this is my left with a high pitch sound. Is my left, just in case you're confused. 4 and a. 1 and a. 2 and a. 3 and a. Together, right, left, right. Together, right, left, right. And bounce, no? Together, right, left, right. 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 1 and a. 2 and a. 3 and a. 4 and a. Or 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. It's the same musicality. But we are following the 3 in this case. The 2 is subordinated. We found out through a common smaller level subdivision where to put the left, so they're also evenly spaced. Chum ta ta tam tam ta ka ta is the resulting rhythm. Tan ta ka tan tan ta ka ta. È arrivato Tatanka! Only the Italians will know. Ta 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. See if I add even one more. Ah, yes, there you go. So here I have the duplet and the triplet, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now we're gonna try the opposite. Still the 3 is dominant, but the left hand will do the 3 and the right hand will do the 2. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, or maybe 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That sounds pretty good because these 2 sounds are more opposite, no? So you can hear the starting. 1, 2, go! Pam, pa, pa, pam, pam. Pam, ta, ka, ta. Pam, ta, ka, ta. Pam, ta, ka, ta. Pam, ta, ka, ta. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nice, no? Already. It's a good melody. We use it very often. This is called hemiola. It's the only polyrhythm with a name. Or hemiola, I don't know how they pronounce it. Necessarily. Hemiola. I'm not good at spelling also. Nice. So, practically, and your homework, why we were doing left, right, because in the ostinato, in Brazilian ostinato, we have 2 and. This is gonna be, in any point in time during the ritual, the tricky moment where you're gonna feel the interaction between some of the eighth note triplets you play with your hands and the duplets played with your feet. Nevertheless, don't get obsessed if you cannot connect immediately the hand ritual to the feet. Master it with the hands, integrate it into yourself. That's why we are looking always from a different perspective to all of these things. In fact, I can just show you just briefly here if it works, because next time we're gonna inaugurate a crazy new system we've been working on for the rudimental ritual. I can just show you briefly something here. Let me move it maybe on the top bottom here. And you can see, if I also make it even bigger, you should have seen this already quite a few times, no? This idea of bass drum and hi-hat simul that I was saying before. The ostinato of the feet, you can see on bar, what is it? Bar 1? Somewhere there. On top of the three-stroke rough in this case, no? If I start to play, maybe it's a good idea that we hear it. So you're gonna hear, I'm gonna make a special version now. You're gonna hear actually, if it works, we could actually be putting ourselves in big trouble now. Let's see here, if I put what I don't find. Yes, here it is. Ritual. Okay, let's see if it works. And we play it. You're gonna hear it at 100 BPM, both with the ostinato and the musicality that I'm talking about.
2 bars pre-count.
Can you hear the sound?
3-stroke rough.
2,
But that didn't work with
3,
the...
4, 5, 6,
Let me go here, maybe.
7, 8,
Single drag.
2,
All right, now you hear
3,
it.
4,
Double drag.
2,
Can you hear the snare, no?
4,
Yes, yes.
Single Radamacue.
2, 3, 4,
Double Radamacue.
2, 3, 4,
Left side.
2, 3, 4,
Triple.
Okay, and then it starts again. We're gonna perfection the system for the next time. Where is it? How I close it always. But you could hear, I'm sure, this interaction, this weird interaction with the boom boom and the triplets on top, because we are at 100 BPM. In the past days, I used to warm up in the morning after the first coffee. Around 90 to 100 BPM, one full run, right? It's almost half an hour, the full ritual, and then slowly bring it up to 160, to 100 and whatnot. The faster you go until indeed, like the 160 velocity, it starts to flow in such a way that you stop thinking about these weird sounds. You just let your feet go and you don't think about it, which is what also Alan Dawson thought about. So just as a last exercise, let's try to put the feet as they were before. So we go left, right. So it's the very first time that we study these, and we are looping beat 2. That's what we're really trying to do. Okay. But the counting is 1 and 1 and. It will be 2 and or 4 and. It doesn't matter at the moment. Huh? It's the duplet. Now what we want to hear is this relationship of sound. Let me put the triplet here. Let me start from here so you actually hear the opposite sounds here. Ready? Go. If I wanted, and those of you who can, you can try to count the feet instead. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's more difficult, right, than doing 1 2 3 1 2 3 or 1 and 2 and it's a whole different perception that we will study more in depth. For now, patata, potato, one potato. I don't know what I'm thinking about this. Getting hungry at 1, 2, some potatoes. 1, ein Kartoffel, wrong pronunciation. Sorry for the Germans. You can have fun. Right hand, left hand, or triplets of the first kind. If you put it together with the continuation of the ostinato, this is really like overloading yourself with the most difficult part of the ostinato, which is beat 2. And to realize beat 3 and beat 4 are the same as beat 1 and beat 2. So we only have 2 parts. The first one, which is very simple, is only a quarter note with your foot. 1 and A. Then you go in 2 and A. Right? In this case, I'm still keeping the 3 dominating because it's a bit easier for the brain, okay? So we would have pam, 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 pam. Let me go back just one last time to the feet camera so you can see the better view from that on how it looks. 1 and we are crazy people here at Berlin Drumming Experience. Thank you so much for being so awesome and being with us, with me at PPRitual at Berlin Drumming Experience. See you next time. Practice, 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 practice.
Grazie. Ciao Marco.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao,
My voice is gone.
I love you.
Much drum love, everybody.
Ciao.
showing off a little bit. Tapa, tapa, tapa. Help! Help! Ciao, ciao. It was fun.